We're here at the Genesis Centre in Taunton to welcome 9 delegations from secondary schools around Dorset, Devon and Wiltshire.
Hello from the USA! Shalom!
Hello.
Hello from the Alliance of Small Island States.
Salam! Ni hao!
Hello from the United Kingdom. Hola!
We are from Brazil.
Privet from Russia.
This is part of the European-funded project SEACS on energy and climate change. They're here to participate in a mock climate change summit and debate the effect of climate change on countries around the world. Each school delegation representing one nation. And they've done a bit of research to prepare for today, so let's see what they found out. The day starts with the students reading their 1-minute statements.
Good morning. We are delegates of the USA and here today to represent you with our ideas on climate change.
We represent the United Kingdom. We believe that more economically developed countries should reduce carbon dioxide emissions. We also believe that the UK and other rich countries have a duty to support the poorer nations develop in a sustainable way that improves people's lives without rapidly increasing carbon dioxide emissions.
We have the largest growing economy on the planet with a huge population at over 1.6 billion people, which is still rising. Although we technically rank as the world's highest carbon emitter, that's primarily because of our rapidly expanding industries, which the United States and the United Kingdom have had in the past, and other METs who purchase our products and exports.
Of all Iceland's power, 70% of it is created by hydroelectric. The rest of it is produced by coal and oil. Every year, on average, one person will produce 11.5 tonnes of CO2. That's 11 cars or 300 Nissans.
This is followed by a talk on climate change by Dr. Rob Chadwick.
In many ways, it's the other aspects of climate change, particularly changes in sea level and rainfall, that may have the most effect on our lives in the future.
Next, each country prepare their resolution papers concerning their climate policy. Having defined the resolution, they then consider questions to present to other countries regarding their policies towards climate change. In the afternoon, the schools present exhibits to other delegates.
The solar panels are on the roof because they can get the most energy out of the sun. If they were inside, then you wouldn't be able to get any of the energy. We hooked up LED lights because the LED lights use the least amount of electricity because, yeah.
So here we have how much gas we use. Here's our electricity and it goes minus because of the solar panels. And then for each room we have a monitoring system that sees how much they use.
The final part of the conference ends with the UN General Assembly, where each country discusses and debates other UN members' policies.
We're OPEC and it's for the Association of Small Island States. No one asked you this. Your main industry is tourism and they get over to you by plane, which uses oil, which comes from us, and you're one of the main, you suffer most from the global warming. Your countries are going underwater, so what do you suppose? Would you rather lose your country or your homes?
The tourist industry in turn relies on OPEC. So if OPEC were to actually care about how the tourist industry is affecting us, wouldn't they place a limit on how many tourist planes are allowed to come into our country?
In your resolution of demand, it says, your final point is, we are not required to sign anything legally binding that will change the American lifestyle. So my question to you is, do you have any commitment to climate change? because your final resolution means nothing, as you won't sign it.
Actually, you completely did not read that question. Demand one bit. It says, we will not be required to sign anything that will dramatically change our lifestyle before 2030, because we do not want to lose votes and then be unable to change anything in the future.
Another point you said was that China and Russia should stop climate change. But it says, my question to you is, why should China lower their emissions when yours per person is much higher?
I say that is fair, but at the moment China isn't contributing anything to stop climate change. So overall, we are emitting less than China in CO2 emissions.
Question for OPEC. You say that you don't use fossil fuels at all, but to get your oil you have to use fossil fuels. Also, how come you're not willing to accept any responsibility for what you're causing? While we may produce the fossil fuels or extract it, the people of the world are the ones that are using it and accepting the fact that we've extracted it and potentially harmed the environment, but what will you do without it?
Each country has to vote for another country. You decide which country do you think is coming up with the best answers here, the best solution to climate change. Who do you think's really made a mark here today and deserves your vote?
And the winning country is Bangladesh.